Hello everybody. Good evening. Or good morning or good afternoon depending on when you're watching this. Welcome to Michelle's Stampin' Craft Corner. I'm Michelle. Hi. And today I wanted to tell you that the annual catalog has gone live. So it is good from May of this year to April 24th. So if you're interested in getting a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator, please let me know and I will be more than happy to get that to you ASAP. And you can actually, there's a lot of fun things in here and we'll get to those in other videos. But today what I wanted to do is I wanted to share the April paper pumpkin. I am a little late getting this out. I've been a little busy, so I wanted to make sure that I got this done because I know some of you like to go on and look at it and use it as a tutorial. But I also wanted to share with you some of the things or how I package my paper pumpkins after I get them. So the paper pumpkin is the subscription that comes to your mailbox once a month. It's about $24. And it comes with everything that you're going to need in order to make the projects. So this month is the 3 cards. I'm actually going to see if I can get rid of my face so you can't see it. Okay, there we go. So we're going to make these 3 cards. And you get to make 3 of each. So you get the envelopes, you get the stamp set, you'll get the twine, you'll get the ink. They sell you, well, I didn't sell you, it's in your box. It's the little Stampin' Spots. I'm going to be using my ink pad. That's the normal size ink pad. But the only reason I do that is because I like to save those Stampin' Spots for prizes in my classes or little gifts for my customers and things like that. So all the little things Paper Pumpkin get for April of 2023. And when you open this up, it gives you a full picture tutorial for each card. Okay, so each card is labeled 1, 2, and 3, and it tells you step by step what you need, where to even put the dimensionals. So like I said, this comes with everything that you're going to need in order to make the 3 cards. But what I do is I like to take this after I'm done making my cards, and I get these on Amazon. If you are interested, let me know. I'll give you the link. I get these on Amazon, and I like to put all of the things that are left over from my paper pumpkins into this container. And then this way I can reference it, or if I want to make something very similar, or I can always just go to my shelf, pull out the paper pumpkin, and I have everything right there. So what I normally do is I take I'll grab my little trimmer here, and I usually just slip this in, and I'm just going to cut off a little bit, and then I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Now I know I'm cutting off some of the directions and things in there, but like I said, I normally do this after I am done making the cards or whatever project it is. Okay, just going to cut a little bit more off this one side. And then what I do is, I will take this. Do I still need? I think I'm okay. I'll take this, I'll open this up, and then this has a little plastic sheet. So I'm going to take my directions, I'm going to slide it in here. I probably should have trimmed that a little bit more. I'll go back and trim that later. But just to show you, okay, trim this a little bit more. Slide this in here. Okay. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to slide this in. line it up with the edge so I can see the title. And then you have your own little stamp case with everything in place, and then all I'll have to do is take my stamp set when I'm done, throw it in. If I have any extra pieces left over, anything, I can throw them in there, and then I can just put it right up on my shelf. Okay, so let's get to stamping this card, or these 3 cards. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take the directions out again, in case I want to reference them. I'm going to open that up. So card number 1. And for card number 1, we are going to need the saying, I'm grateful for all the little things. So you can see these are the stamps for this paper pumpkin. I'm going to take that. And they actually imprint the stamps on the plastic so you can see it a little bit better. And then you know where it kind of goes, and then you know what you're missing and what you're not. In the first paper pumpkin that you receive, you will get an acrylic block. Okay, and what's nice about the acrylic block is that you can see through it when you're stamping. These are photopolymer stamps. So I am going to grab my little mat, which gives it a little bit more pressure when I stamp on it. This does not come with the paper pumpkin, so you could purchase that separately if you just so desire. We're going to need our shaded spruce green stamp set. Open that up. Now, for this first card, we're going to need this piece. I've already made the other cards, but I wanted to save a set to do with you guys, so just bear with me here. I have all the pieces punched out and everything already. So, and the other nice thing about paper pumpkin is if you're making a card, it actually comes with the envelopes as well. So these are the envelopes that come with this card, and they kind of match. Isn't that pretty? Okay. All right, so we're going to need the white cardstock. That's actually not white. It has a little bit of pinkish, or I don't know what you call that, maybe a orangey color to it. Maybe the Calypso Coral color. All right, we're going to need that. We're going to need that. You're going to need this little strip. You're going to need, and again, it comes with the adhesive glue dots. It comes with some gems. It comes with all these things that you're going to need. This is the saying piece that we're going to use. And then we are also going to need our Calypso Coral ribbon or twine. And I think we're in good shape now. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to put this stuff aside for a second and show you. And I'll leave this here to kind of show you what I'm doing. This piece you actually have to punch out. So you can see right here, there's a piece that I punched out. See? All right. So you're going to punch all these pieces out. And it's going to give you a layered look when you put it on. You're going to put this on with dimensionals. You're not going to glue it flat, so that's also going to give you a layered look. Give some dimension to your card. The first time I did this card, I left a few of the pieces, so as you're going through, just make sure you punch out all those little pieces, or what we call the negative of the card. Okay. And like I said, it doesn't take long, and it's already perforated, so you don't have to cut it out. There we go. I think, did I get them all? I think I did. Yep, it looks like I got them. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside, get rid of my scraps. Then we're going to take our card. And I like to crease the edge of the card so it lays flat. So I usually just take my bone folder and do that. Alright, and then I'm going to flip this over. And again, the directions tell you exactly where you can place it. Or you can just decide on your own. That is fine too. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of my dimensionals, and I'm just going to kind of put them in the corner or on the outside, making sure that I put one in the middle, and I think I'm going to put one down here too, just so it's kind of balanced and it gives that dimension, gives that layered look. All right, I'm going to peel my pieces off the back here. Take those little pieces of paper off. You could use your fingers, you could use your paper piercing tool. Sometimes I do that, but I think we're okay here. So make sure oh, nope, I missed one. Okay, so then what you're going to do is, this is the bottom of your card, and the bottom of your card base is where all the color saturation is. So I'm just going to line this up, kind of leaving a little bit of an edge all the way around, trying to make sure it's even. Okay, so there's your card, and as you can see that Calypso Coral, that pinkish color through there, and then you open it up, you have your inside of your card. All right, so the next thing we're going to need is our strip of the Calypso Coral. We're going to take our tag and our stamp, and again it says, I'm grateful for the little things you do. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to bring in my mat. Now when you're stamping on this, obviously there's two sides to it, so if you do make a mistake you can flip it over, but the perforations are really you can really see them on this side, so this really is the right side up, but you could always use the back side if you need to. Okay, the other nice thing about these acrylic blocks, and I just made a mess already, you can see in to make sure you inked up the entire stamp set, or the entire stamp I should say, and you want to try to use an acrylic block that is close to the size of your stamp, or else you get all that extra. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of hard to see, but you see how I have that extra ink right over here? You really don't want that because you don't want it to get on your card. So we're going to be real careful. I'm going to press that down, lift up, there you go, there's your saying. We'll put that to the side, we'll get rid of our mat. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to take some of our thread, our baker's twine, and it tells you that you need about 22 inches. So when I was making this card the last time, I really felt like 22 inches was a lot, so I'm just going to kind of use 16 for now. I'm going to grab my scissors. These are really good scissors. They're not Stampin' Up! Scissors. We do have little shears. We used to sell scissors like this, but we don't anymore. But the Stampin' Up! Does sell these little shears. But these scissors, believe it or not, I got in Walmart. And they're Carbo titanium scissors. They're so sharp. They're great for ribbon or anything like that. I love them. They're my favorite. And I only use like ribbon or twine or anything like that on them because I just think they're so good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap this around, take my ribbon or my twine. I keep saying ribbon, twine. I'm just going to hold it with my finger and wrap it around my fingers until I run out. Okay. And then that kind of gives you like a little circle. And we're just going to place this down. Now, I'm going to try to hide my corners underneath my saying, so I want to get those kind of tucked in as best I can. Now, if you don't like this look, because what's going to happen is this is going to go down like this, and then your saying is going to kind of go like this, so you can see it on the top and the bottom. If you don't like that look, on one I just made a bow with the twine or the ribbon and added it here, so it's totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck this in here. Okay, and I'm going to do the same here, and I'm going to put this down. Now, I'm not going to use any glue to put this down because when you do put this on, you're going to see it's going to stay. So on here, I'm going to put some dimensionals as well. So I'm actually going to cut these in half. Use my paper snips. Okay, I'm going to just put one there, one there. Cut this one in half again. Making sure I don't cut my fingers because they are sharp. These are sharp scissors too. Okay. All right, so I have 3 half dimensionals on there. I'm going to take the backing off of those. Sometimes if you give them a really good press down, they come off easier. The backings come off easier. Okay, so we're going to make sure that this is on this side, the right side of the card. So we're just going to put this down. And as you can see, I kind of grabbed that, that twine as I was doing it. Okay, then I'm going to take this, and I'm also going to add a couple of dimensionals. So this was our saying. I'm going to turn it over and add some dimensionals. I'll use that other half as well. Take the backings off this. Okay, then I'm going to kind of line this up with this one. Now I did notice this is a little crooked. So I'm just going to pick it up and then put it back down. Alright, so I'm going to kind of line this up at the edge of the flowers. Okay, so far there's your card. And then I'm going to grab some rhinestones. And I'm just going to kind of put them around. I usually do everything in 3s, just to make it a little bit more pleasing to the eye. And that's it. That's your card. And you can see it kind of has like a little mirrored shimmer to it. It's kind of cool, right? I think it's cool. All right, so that's your first card. And then you can always stamp something inside if you wanted to. But that's card number 1. Moving on to card number 2. And again, don't forget you have that nice envelope that you can already send it. You don't need to search for an envelope. Okay, so that's card number 1. The next card that we're going to make is this one. So we're going to grab the green card base. This one is going to open this way. Most, like I have said in my other videos, most cards will usually open this way, but this is going to go up and down. Okay, so you want to make sure that the green is on the bottom when you're doing your card. And again, you have that envelope, which I'll put to the side for now. All right, you're going to need this big piece. You're going to need this strip of white. Then you're going to need this Calypso coral circle. And then you're also going to need these 3 little flowers that we're going to add onto our project. And then you're also going to need this little strip. Lots of little pieces for this card, okay? All right, so let's stamp first. You're going to stamp on this and you're going to stamp on this. So let's get all these pieces out of the way. For this one, you're going to need 2 stamps. You're going to need Enjoy Your Day. So we'll grab that and we'll put that on a block. And then you're also going to need this stamp that kind of looks like polka dots. So you're going to grab that one. I'll grab this one and I'll put that on a block. Okay. All right, so what I am going to do is I am going to grab a piece of scrap paper because I'm going to show you why. You're actually going to be stamping this kind of off the paper. So here's my piece of paper. Let me move that into the camera better so you can see that. All right, so here's my piece of paper. I know it's on white. I probably should have tried to find something else for you. So this is on white. What we're going to do is we're going to take these stamps that's polka dot. We're going to ink it up. And we're just going to kind of stamp on it. Now, if you notice, the stamp, if I turn it, it fits in a little bit better. So I'm just going to work it, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's whatever you desire. You want to kind of make it look like it's speckled. And you can see why I wanted paper down underneath it, because, you know, I mean, I could use this, but I don't want to get it on the this gray pad that I'm using. All right, and you're gonna just keep going until you get the desired look that you're looking for. Okay, so I have that. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. And then I also need to stamp my little circle. And we're going to do Enjoy Your Day. So I'm going to ink that up. And again, I can look right down and see where I'm stamping. Give it a good press. Because of that, it's going to come out. Now, here I kind of got extra ink on it. So what I'm going to do, since I can't turn it over because there's no color on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my gems. And watch this. Oops. I'm going to use my mini gems. And I'm just going to cover up my mistake. I'm going to cover up this side too. So there you go. Doesn't look like anything ever happened, right? So I'm going to put that to the side. Put those to the side. Get rid of this for a second. Alright, so we're going to take our card, and I'm going to grab my black thread. And again, I'm just going to kind of do about 16 inches or so. What you can do, and this is great for ribbon too, we're going to be wrapping it around here. So what you can do is you can turn it over, take a little bit of your snail, and just put a little bit on each side. Okay, just put a little bit of glue on each side. You could use liquid glue if you wanted to. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to take the edge of my twine and wrap it there. Okay, so now it sticks. It's not coming off. And I'm just going to wrap this around once, twice, 3 times, and then I'm going to bring it back over. You could see that I'm pushing down on it. It's a little sticky. And then I'm going to bring this over into that. You can hear it. And I'm just going to give it a cut. Okay, and then you can fix the lines of it if you want, so it looks a little even. Or you could do it uneven. You could do it, you could even like do it diagonally if you wanted to. Okay, so then this is going to go down here. So I am going to use a little bit of glue. You can use glue dots if you want to. I am going to use my snail. Okay, so I'm just going to run a line this way and this way. So I run my snail at the one side and then at the other side. Then I'm just going to take it and I'm going to decide which way I want it. I think I want it this way. I'm going to line it up with the one side, trying to make it even as possible so it's even down here. And push that down. The other nice thing about using the liquid glue is that if you, it's a little bit more forgiving. Like if you want to adjust it, you have a little bit more time to play with it and move it around. So that's always nice. All right, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this and we are going to pop this up in dimensional. So I'm going to turn this over, grab my dimensionals, and put some dimensionals on this one. You don't need a lot, just kind of cover the basic areas. I'm going to take the backings off here. Okay, I'm going to flip this over, line this up kind of at an angle, like that. Take my Enjoy Your Day and this little Calypso coral. I think it's Calypso coral, right? I'm pretty sure. You're going to take this. Now, this piece is going to go right here. So since this is already popped up, I'm not going to pop this part, this part of it up. I am going to pop this end up because it's not going to lay flat and it's going to kind of look funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dimensional And I'm actually going to cut these in half as well, just so you can't see it. Oops. All right, so I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to put that there and that there. Can you hear my dog barking? Okay. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this like here. So when I do it straight, you can see it kind of lays flat now. All right, I'm going to take my Enjoy Your Day. I'm going to put a dimensional in the center. Take the backing off that. And then I'm going to put this right in the center of that. Okay, then we're going to take these 3 little flowers. We're going to put dimensionals on the backs of those. And these are just to help add to the flowers that are already here. So you can really put these anywhere you want. Stampin' Up! Kind of went one with there, but I don't really like that. I actually like doubling these up, so it gives it a little bit more dimension. Put one here. And I think we're going to go with one here. Okay. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take those rhinestones again. Now we already have 2 here, so I think I'm just going to kind of add one over here. And there's your second card. I love the mirrored look. It's so pretty, isn't it? And that goes with that envelope, so we'll just kind of lay that there. Okay. And the last card that you're going to do is you're going to use these 2 big pieces. Okay. You're actually going to need your orange twine again. So we'll bring that out. You're going to use this piece. And you're going to use this blue piece and this white cardstock base. Okay. So I'm just going to put this envelope aside for later. All right. So what you're going to do is this card is going to open this way. Okay. So we're going to take our blue piece and we're actually going to center this in the middle and glue it down. Now, Stampin' Up! Tells you to actually stamp this stamp set we just used on the blue piece. So they're telling you to stamp like all over. I don't like that look. So it's totally up to you. I think it's supposed to give it like dimension or be like leaves or things like that. I just don't care for that look, so I'm not going to do that on mine. So I can hand the card out. I just happen to not like that look. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip that step. We're going to add some adhesive. Again, you can use the glue dots they provide. You could use liquid glue if you have liquid glue. You could even pop this up if you wanted to. All right, so again, this blue is going to go to the left of my card. Again, I'm going to try to make sure I leave that border that is pretty much the same all the way around. And we're going with that because it's down. This is where the liquid glue would give you a little bit more freedom and be able to move it around a little bit more. Okay. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to grab the stamp set, or the stamp, that I should say, that says "With Deepest Sympathy." And we're going to grab my dog is having a fit. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking. Charlie's mad because he's upstairs and I locked him out. So he can't get down here. So that's why he's barking. All right, so we're going to ink that up. I'm going to bring back my mat. We're going to stamp that with Deepest Sympathy. I'm going to put that to the side. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take the big piece. Now that's going to go here. Now you can pop this up. I'm going to pop it up with dimensionals. You don't have to. You can just glue it down. And I'm just going to kind of put one on each end. Okay. take those backings off. And the nice thing about these paper pumpkins is it doesn't take a long time to get them done. So you can definitely do them quickly. They're great to work with kids, to do them with your children. I've even brought them into school and done them with my students. All right, so this is a perfect example of using everything you always have. Now, I've used all the dimensional, I don't know, what are they, octagons? I don't know, I'm so bad at that. But I like to use the ends too because nobody's going to see it. So what I usually do is I just cut like this and usually do about 2 pieces. And you can use this as a dimensional and then you're not wasting any of it, which is really nice. So I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on here. And again, pull off those backings. And this one actually is the same thing as this one. So we're going to line that up. And it's going to kind of give you that layered look. So pretty, right? All right. Now, here's another example of where they took twine and they put it behind it. I didn't like that on this one. I kind of wanted to keep this clean. And, you know, since it is a sympathy card, I kind of like the simplicity of it. We're going to add a bow, but I think that's about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on top. But again, the same type of thing. It's already popped up. So I'm not going to put a glue dot here. I'm just going to take a little bit of my adhesive. Okay. And then just take a glue dot, or not a glue dot, a dimensional, and put it here. And then this way it stays down, but it's kind of level and it's flat. And I like that. And then I'm going to take my twine, take a little bit of my twine, and I'm going to, I have green all over my fingers. Look at this. If you're not messy, you're not having fun, right? All right, so I'm going to take my bow, make my 2 rabbit ears, and pull. Now, a lot of my customers laugh, and they always want me to make their bows for them when I have classes. The key to making a cute bow is just to take your time. It's like when you taught your kids how to tie their shoes. You wanted to like scream because they just couldn't get it. It's the same thing with tying a bow with thread or twine. You just have to be patient, and like your kids, you'll eventually get it. And look how cute, right? Can you even see that? Is the lighting better? You know, just be patient with yourself. You'll get it. Practice makes perfect, right? I'm actually going to put it down here where there's a lot of empty white space. So I put 2 glue dots, peel off the backings of those. And I'm just going to kind of put this on down here. And I'm actually going to tuck this under a little bit. There we go. I'm going to trim this a little bit because it's a little long. Okay. And voila, you have a very elegant and really nice card. Hi, Anne-Marie. I just saw your post. Hi. Miss you. So there is your sympathy card. So again, tonight we made 3 cards. We made this one, and this one. If you're interested in subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, or if you're interested in the catalog, like I said, the catalog went live today. If you're interested in any of the products or any of the cards that I'm making, let me know. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.